What's up guys, this isn't a flex video and I'm not gonna pretend I made it cause I was smart or had some secret edge that nobody else does. This is a why I'm still in the chair video. Cause if you understand why I'm still here after losing everything, you will understand the point of this channel. I was 13 when my mom slapped me for saying I didn't want to go out and do a mechanic's work like my dad. Cause we were poor and my dad had just lost his job due to his health. Bills were stacking on the counter. Nobody was talking about them at the dinner. And I denied my mom that I didn't want to go to school or study at all because I thought that studying back in ninth grade, 10th grade was just waste of money. And she slapped me, and with that slap, I ran up to the PC that night because I could not see myself living that life at all. I didn't find trading first. I actually found coding. Taught myself, was a full stack intern by the age of 15. A year of learning. It was unpaid. I was grinding for older developers just to learn. And honestly, I didn't just get bored of it. They wouldn't pay me because of my age. And being an intern and somebody that was in a financial distress, I just couldn't take being unpaid for months and months. I had to do something. And by the time I was 16, I found trading and I went absolutely insane on it. 14 to 18 hours a day, no mentor, no money. No one to show me a single thing. 3 thick notebooks, handwritten, every single pattern I could find, scribbled in these 3 colors, with notes to myself in the margin on why I click here, and a whole year of that before I was even profitable. That year is the part most of you relate to, not the wins, the grind that looks completely pointless while you're at it. As you can see right here, this is what my charts used to look back in the day, and this is the amount of risks that I used to back in 2021 June, just like 2-3 months later after me joining and learning about crypto and trading. For 2 years, I was awful. I lost over and over, tried every strategy, every signal group out there, every Twitter guru's course, every Discord. I did the exact thing every retail trader does. I assumed the problem was that I needed more knowledge, but it wasn't, and it never was. The thing that flipped for me, and it sounds stupid because it's so simple, is when I stopped trying to predict the market and started trying to read it, is when it started to click for me. Predicting is, I think it goes up because of these reasons, and reading is, I see actually what's happening right now on the market and I'll trade what's there and not what I want to be there. And then I started looking at footprints, delta, open interest, and cumulative volume delta, that is a CVD. The chart stopped being chaotic for me for some reason, a lot of meso candles and everything that I had, and it started to become like a visible record of who was actually buying and selling for me. Because do you see this? This is what a footprint charts look like, and it's just a breakdown of the candle. You can see exactly into it where the buys are, where the sells are, where majority of the sells have, where majority of the buys have been. So that's something that you can really look into, and that's people, real money, real positions, real time. Once you see the chart the way you genuinely cannot unsee it, and once I could read it, the calls started landing. I called the December 22 bottom on BTC live in my Discord, on my Twitter. As you can see right here, this was the December 22 bottom, and I was very bullish on it. I was telling everybody to buy on it. You can actually go to my Twitter, shinigamixpt.com, and you can actually take a look at my Twitter, and you will see that I was looking for rotations all the way down when prices were at $16,000, and I was hoping and expecting it to go all the way up to like 40k, and then from there we actually started to trade continuation like this, and then we continued trading it all the way up to 100k. Even before that, I actually managed to call the top as well, which you can see right here. At this point, I wasn't fully realized into my trading setup, but I was really locked into price. This was almost a year later after me having very scribbled chart and me not really knowing what to do. This was a year of learning that I got to do, marking out levels, marking out rotational levels, and I really had some bullshit on my chart still, but I managed to overcome that through the way I trade right now. And I'll show you an example of my chart at the moment. And this is what my chart looks like at the moment. So clean. I have just 2 or 3 levels that I revise every day, and I look to trade, and I'm always trading extremes, and it has become so easier for me, and it's not a cluster chart for me anymore, and a lot of things have cleared for me. Taking a look at the price time chart alone, and I'm able to deduct where I want to long and short, because if you see my charts back in the day, this is what my charts used to look like. And you can see the actual difference that I have in my charts these days. And this was my changing point when I call the bottom on BTC. This is where my charts actually started to change from those cluster of charts to the new renewed charts that I trade on these days. Those are very clean. I called the December 22 bottom on BTC live in my Discord when everybody was still calling for lower, and on the way up I called the 69k top as well and wrote it. And that's the trade that changed my life, turned a small account into real money. And I'm not saying that to flex, I'm saying it because none of it was luck. It was 4 years of reading tape on charts, and it didn't matter to me. So the one that mattered actually showed up. I already knew what I was looking at. And then I started at Discord, and not to be an influencer, I didn't even know what that was. I started because I wanted to be in a room with people who took it as serious as I did. And this is what my posts back in 2021 looked like. This is when I started my Discord as well, back before I called out the bottom on BTC. This is when I used to like post overall updates, and I would do them every single day, hoping that there is going to be a community of like, back then it was just 10 to 20 people, traders, and now it's more than 7,000 people. Same room, just bigger. And watching 7,000 traders all attempt the same thing taught me that the entire point of the system is that most traders don't have a knowledge problem, they have a behavior problem. And I'd watch students take a setup I literally just called, same entry, same stop, same target, and half win, half lose, same trade. The difference, the half that lose moved their stops or bailed out at break even, got scared or oversized to make back yesterday's loss, or revenge traded the second they got stopped. Same strategy, different behavior. That's the whole game. By then I had paid off my family's debt, I got us out of the slum, and the math problem for when I was 13 solved. I don't say that to flex, I say it because for the first time my mom didn't have to do math at the kitchen table. That was the only metric that mattered. And then somebody got me. August 2025, one link, one click, 5 years of work, most liquid, mostly just one wallet, $1.1 million gone in about 30 seconds. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. So basically what happened was I was trading as usual, I was posting as usual, and one day some investors from a reference of a friend come up to me and say that they need this app downloaded on my computer so they can talk in English with me. And these were like Chinese investors, they didn't understand English, and when whatever I would say in English would get translated to Chinese for them. And I trusted my friend Rizal, and I downloaded that app, and nothing worked, and the investors didn't reply to him after we downloaded it as well. And then eventually at some point we realized, okay, we fucked up because our accounts had been logged out and my money had been gone. And honestly, sitting there watching it was so devastating for me. I sat there watching transactions fire out of my wallet faster than I could even see them, and my body went cold. At that moment, you stop being in your body. Your body just goes cold. You're just watching everything you built leave the screen. Then it stopped because there was nothing left. I didn't sleep for like 72 hours, I remember. And the hard part isn't even the money. It's what your brain does to you afterwards. If I hadn't been tired, if I had checked the URL, if I'd moved more of my money to cold storage last week, like I kept meaning to, every decision you didn't make becomes a knife. And underneath it, the real question, do you still believe the system works after it just couldn't save you? But here's the thing, I had to sit with it. The hack wasn't a trading mistake, it was an OPSEC mistake. Bad security, a link I shouldn't have caught. None of my actual system got tested. It would have kept printing if I had even a single dollar left. What got me back in my chair was Monday New York Open. 2 weeks after I logged onto Discord because I promised I'd be there. I do streams every week, so I was there. I didn't want to because I was empty, but 150 traders were in the call ready to go, and one of them said, "You showed up. That's all we need." That's when it clicked. It's not about my profits anymore. It's about the room. So I rebuilt the exact way I tell students to rebuild after a blown account. Small size, system discipline, trade zero every morning, first trade discipline every session, not going harder, not making it back fast. That's the cardinal sin, the cascade I warned about every single day, and it would be the dumbest thing on the earth to do it myself. And as you can see, I was able to grow back accounts faster than I did when I started out, because I had all that knowledge to myself, still to myself, where I was able to actually trade every single day and make it all back real time, live, and everybody on my Twitter has seen this happen. And here's why I'm still in the chair, not because I'm tougher than anyone. I cried after the hack. I couldn't eat for days. My heart had stopped working. I remember the time where I blamed myself for everything. I had weeks I didn't even want to look at the chart, and not because I'm a better trader in my room. Half of them catch cleaner setups than me on a good week. The system isn't just mine, it works for them too, and that's the proof. I'm still here for two reasons. One, there's still a 13-year-old somewhere googling how to make money and getting bed scams, watching a parent do math at the kitchen table, worrying about bills. The difference between them and me is that somebody eventually told me how markets actually work, real mechanics, not boxes without evidence. This channel is me telling that 13-year-old version of myself how it actually works. Second, I run a room with 7,000 traders, and hundreds of them have hit consistent months, gone full time, paid off real debt, supported their families. And once you watch that happen even once, you can't quit. The chair isn't yours anymore, it's theirs. And if any of this hits you, maybe you're where I was at 13, or drowning in signal groups like I was at 19, or questioning everything like I was after the hack. The system that got me out is in Shinicord, and the link is in pinned. Monday New York Open, I do a free stream all the time. You're free to join. Thursdays for members, subscribe, because every video here is one part of the system, like the matrix, the scoreboard, the 4 entries, everything I learned the hard way. And I really appreciate everybody for hearing me out on my story, and I'll see you in the next one.